Yo, what up, guys? I had to make a video on this because I think this is really a problem in the wrestling community. Um, I will do my review of the Royal Rumble later this evening, but I just want to tackle this in the bud in the morning, this morning first. Um, since we all know, it's no surprise, Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble last night. And Brock Lesnar defended his title or walked out as champ. Um, the crowd in Philadelphia um, did not receive Roman's win too well. In fact, WWE, you got to figure, had probably expected some backlash from this to a degree. So much that they even had The Rock show up at last night's Royal Rumble and kind of giving Roman Reigns the his blessing, so to speak. um, and people are just they're in outrage. Um, if you guys remember last year, right around this time, there was a thing called Hijack Raw. When Raw came here to Chicago, like back in February last year, because of the whole Daniel Bryan thing. Well, there had been a new buzz that had been speculating, 2 days to Rumble, called Reject Roman. Or no, Reject Reigns was the buzz that's been going around on the internet 2 days prior to the Rumble. And people are so angry and so upset that the top three things that were trending on Twitter, besides the Rumble, besides Roman Reigns, was people unsubscribing to the WWE network. So much so that it says that the cancellation page or the cancellation feed or whatever for the network had crashed because so many people were coming into the network at the same time, canceling their subscription. Is it really that serious? Really? I told you guys before, like when the Shield broke up last year back in May or June, I said 2015 was going to be Roman Reigns' year. I said that. We're getting it. I don't know what WWE fans expect. And most of this, we're not really WWE fans, but I really think a lot of this hate is coming from the internet wrestling community, which is a wrestling fan base I despise oh so much because they complain too damn much and they're too damn picky. I mean, we knew Roman Reigns was going to be the one. We knew Roman Reigns was going to be the one. We knew Roman Reigns was going to get his big push. So should it be a surprise to anybody when everyone's so pissed off that they want to unsubscribe to the WWE network and they want to boo Roman Reigns out of the building? No, they shouldn't. It should come to no surprise to anybody. A lot of stuff I can blame WWE for, but this time around, I gotta blame the fans. I gotta blame the fans because I said it 3 weeks ago when I made my prediction. To me, I thought it made better sense for Daniel Bryan to win the Rumble, and I said those reasons why in the video that I had made. However, in that same video, I did say, knowing WWE, they will look at the situation and survey it like this: we gave you guys, the fans, the fans, what you wanted last year in Daniel Bryan, going to WrestleMania, having this WrestleMania moment. This year, we're going with our guy, our plan. I told you WWE was going to have that mindset, and to be fair, you really can't really blame them, because the original plan was Batista and Orton last year, but us fans, we didn't want that, rightfully so, and we pushed for Bryan. Bryan got his spot. It's not going to happen that way all the time. If you think that us, the fans, are going to run the show, WWE, you got another thing coming. Because at the end of the day, that's Vince's place. Yes, we pour money into the product. Yes, we still watch the product, but Vince is still going to run it the way he's going to run it. So, I just think it's a darn shame. You bitch and you complain that you want new stars, you want new talent, and when we finally get a new star, he finally gets a push, you complain and you want to unsubscribe to the network and you want to boo the poor kid out of the building. Now, do I think WWE could handle Roman Reigns' situation better, his character, his push? Yes. Do I think they're pushing him too fast? Yes. Even Steve Austin himself said in his podcast that he thinks that they're pushing him a little bit way too fast. But I did say earlier, if Roman Reigns was to win the Royal Rumble, which he did, I wouldn't complain because it's someone that's new and someone's fresh for a change. It ain't John Cena. It's not a Batista. It's not a Randy Orton. But if it's not the guy that you want to win the Royal Rumble, if it's not the guy that you want to get in the spotlight, you bitch and complain. I don't get that notion. I don't understand that mindset. Even if it's a wrestler, there are tons of wrestlers I don't particularly like and or care for. But I'm glad they get the pushes that they get because we need some fresh new talent. And I don't complain about it. Even if that may not be the superstar that I want to get the push. But it seems like these wrestling fans nowadays, you've come to the point where if you're not pushing my guy, then I don't want anyone to be pushed. Or I don't want anyone to get in the spotlight. I want just keep it the same if it's not going to be my guy in the main event. I don't get that notion. Has wrestling really come to that point now where fans become so picky, so choosy, so sensitive that they just get an outrage like this? It makes no sense. It's wrestling. You just Jesus Christ. I think that's terrible. I think it's absolutely terrible. And like Kevin Nash said, wrestling fans are fickle. You can say what you want about Kevin Nash, five moves of doom, whatever. The guy knows what he's talking about. I think he has a great mind for wrestling. I think he's smart when it comes to wrestling. Maybe getting himself over, but still. When Kevin Nash made that statement, he was so right. And I keep seeing it time and time again. Wrestling fans are fickle as hell. Because you go and you cheer and you say you cry for change, you want this and you want that. But then when we get change, when we get something, even though it might not be particularly in the way you want it, you still bitch and moan. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. I'm fine with Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble. Like I said, it's someone fresh. It's someone new. Can they do some things to change? Yes. I think they need to change his outfit. Give him a different ring attire, entrance, music, the whole shebang. Stop having to cut these promos. Everyone can agree on that. Roman Reigns promos that he's been given by Vince. Blame Vince. Don't blame the talent. Blame that the corporate that gives the talent chicken shit to work with. His promos have not been great, which I really don't think he needs to cut promos. And that's another little complaint. What is up with wrestling fans today and this whole thing, this whole notion of you got to cut promos like a CM Punk, or you got to cut promos like a Stone Cold Steve Austin? I don't get that. Every star's not gonna cut a promo. I'm sorry, it ain't gonna happen. Or good promos, you'll all get that. Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, to name a few. All big stars in their time. Never had to cut a good promo. Where's this notion that you have to have mic skills like The Rock, like Ric Flair, like CM Punk to be a main event star? I don't get that notion. Let Roman Reigns be a quiet, ass-kicking machine. Come in there, take names, leave. Almost like a Goldberg-ish, kind of like persona. Let him do that and be fine. Don't have him say all this goofy stuff. And fans, stop expecting the damn boy to cut a promo like a Rock or anybody else, because it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. I just want to give my thoughts on this, because I think it's really ridiculous that, wrestling fans are so being such negative Nancy's and so negative on this. It kind of makes you really think, it makes you reevaluate the wrestling business. That, maybe the reason why, the wrestling business is in the shape that it's in, not only because of some of the stupidity and the things that WWE does on their part, but maybe us, the fans, are also to blame a little bit as well as to why wrestling is the way it is, and the reason why we haven't really hit another boom period, and probably never will hit another boom period. Maybe it's that. That might be a topic for another video. Um, but you guys give me your thoughts on this whole thing in the comment box below. Comment, subscribe, peace.